Hey guys. So today's message is for somebody who already follows the channel, not somebody who is seeing it for the first time. And it is about making agreements with people that you love, or making new agreements with people that you already love. This is not necessarily uh, intimate love, as in sexual relationship, husband, wife, whatever. Uh, Intimate relationship. This is, could be parents, could be brothers, sisters, could even be friends. But love is the key word here, I think. And it's about making reassessing or making new agreements within that relationship dynamic. So when we get into relationships, whether they're platonic or not, we have a tendency to divvy up responsibilities, or, you know, do things a certain way. And I'm not talking about just responsibilities. I'm talking about, it might be something as simple as, Friday night's boys' night, or, Tuesday night is girls' night, or whatever. But we get into these grooves very easily of our relationships or our friendships. And they work for a while, but then they become very stagnant, and we continue to do the same things over and over and over again, the way we've done them all along. And it might be something like a husband and wife have been in a relationship for, a period of time. They have kids, and the wife always takes the kids to daycare, or always takes them to school, or always picks them up, and it just doesn't work anymore. Uh, and what Spirit's saying is that you need, if something in your relationship, some dynamic or something in your relationship is not working anymore, you need to have the courage, maybe, or take responsibility. I guess that's it. You need to take responsibility for changing whatever isn't working. Don't sit back and wait for someone else to offer a solution. Don't get so angry. Like, you could be really annoyed, really like frustrated, really annoyed with something that is difficult, that could very easily be changed, but you're waiting for somebody else to change it for you, or to come up with a solution for you. And I think what Spirit is saying is you need to you need to take responsibility for making that change yourself. Don't wait for somebody else to take care of it, including the universe. If something is not working for you, something is becoming more of a stress or a strain or a problem than you would like it to be, or that you think it should be, then you need to be the one to step up and make that change. Take responsibility for coming up with a creative solution about how to make things better. And that is probably the key to the whole thing. Like, whatever it is that is causing this stress and strain, whatever it is that is making life not enjoyable, could be solved if A, you take responsibility for making the change, and B, by thinking about it in a creative way. Maybe there is a situation that is just really rough. So the way I'm feeling about it is it's a situation that is either really full of animosity, or it is something that somebody feels can't be fixed. That this is just the way it is and we'll just have to deal with it. And I'm thinking it's more the latter one, like just, suck it up and deal with it. It'll be fine. Don't worry about changing it. Nobody's going to go along with it, or which that happens too. There's a lot of times where people step up and they take responsibility for making a change, and they suggest a change to the other person or the other people, and the other people are like, no, we're not into change. We don't like change. Been there, done that. Okay. So don't accept it. Come up with a creative solution. If you come up with a creative solution and you take responsibility for making the change, and you encounter opposition from the other side, or the people that you need to help you, excuse me, then you need to put it back on them and say, what would your solution be? Don't wash over the problem. Don't make the problem go away. Don't allow it to just remain the way you're not liking it. Throw it back on the other side to say, what do you recommend? What is your solution to the problem? Because it's a problem for me, and we need to work it out. We need to find a solution. And this is a turning point, because if this person doesn't want to change it, doesn't want to fix it because it's a problem for you, then you're going to have to make a decision about whether or not to remain in a relationship with that person, because they're not being concerned, or they're not interested in helping you to feel validated, peaceful, loving, kind, so on and so forth. If you are proposing a change to some situation that isn't working for you, and your person or your people are opposed to it, they can't come up with anything better, or they're unwilling to even give it 5 minutes worth of their time, then the relationship might not be for you. Whatever that relationship is, it might be something that you need to evaluate and decide if you're actually getting something from that relationship, or if maybe the relationship itself is the problem. Maybe the situation that you're frustrated by isn't the issue. Maybe it's the person just doesn't care enough about your feelings and your desires to make the relationship healthy and happy. And if that's the case, then you're going to have to go back and present it to them in that way. Well, here's the deal. I have a problem. I've come up with a solution. You don't want to work with my solution, but you don't want to offer any more solutions, so I'm at a dead end here. And maybe at that point, that person will realize your value. And then will realize that they are about to lose you. And then will realize that they should have participated in the solution. Or they should have fixed the problem. Yeah, it's kind of a journey. But take responsibility for finding a solution. Because if you don't, if you just blow it off, you just forget about it, it just gets worse. You just get more angry. You just get more annoyed. You just get to a point where there's nothing left to say. There is nothing left to say. Nothing left to say, and no one to say it to, because nobody's listening to you. Because they just don't care. And I hope you don't find yourself in that position. I really don't, because it's a really heartbreaking kind of position to be in. But if you do, thank your lucky stars for finding it out now instead of 20 years from now, and move on. And move on with confidence, knowing that you made the right decision. Love and blessings.